Hi everyone, just a short video about a new feature I've added to the website. This new feature was prompted really by the work I've just been getting involved with for the first time, where we recently divvied up the new stars that we were working on for us to do the initial research, looking at the star and trying to find the schedule for the minima and all about the star, collections of papers. And one of the jobs is to get an ephemeris together for the star, so we can look at the observation situation for this star, when it's available throughout the year, and how it fits in with the various locations of our observatories around the world, which ones are going to be the most useful. So it seemed to me a bit labor intensive to have to generate an ephemeris by manual means, when the website has got all it needs, of course, to generate this kind of stuff. I mean, we already have information on nighttime predictions of minima, observing plans over a night, and also what's around. So these kind of things, the website's got all this information in. So it seemed that it would be possible to generate an ephemeris for any of our stars, and so that's what I've gone and done. That's what this video is about. So you'll notice that in the toolbar here there's a new, I'm intending to add more tools, but there's a new link to useful tools, and I've clicked that. And at the moment there's just the one tool. There's going to be a list here. I've got some plans for some other useful things, but this is the ephemeris generator. And the idea is that if you're looking at a star and you want to get an ephemeris for a number of months or a whole year from any of our observatories. Obviously we've got a lot of observatories and building up as we go, so this will do it for you without having to do any manual legwork. So back we go to that. So what happens is you just run the ephemeris generator, and it wants you to choose a star, an observatory. So for one of let's choose AWUMA, and the observatory I'll choose T21 in New Mexico, and now I can choose the date from and the date to. So when it generates the ephemeris for you, it's going to give a row for a particular date, and you can choose what the date range is, the whole date range. So let's choose the whole year. So let's choose from, and it defaults to the year, so it's currently the 10th of January, so it's going to be from today and to this same date next year, 2021. You can use the calendars, to choose what you want. And it also wants to know the interval. How many days in between each prediction is it going to do? Each line in the ephemeris result is it going to do? So I'll do it once a week over the year for this star in New Mexico. So if I click submit, it's going to take a few seconds because it's got to do a lot of calculations to generate all this. Of course, it gives you a little warning here. Please be patient. If you're wanting a really detailed ephemeris of every day for a year, then it will take like a minute or something like that. But the idea is, as you can see, it's spinning around at the moment. The idea is it's going to generate an Excel spreadsheet with and it's finished now, and it's come up with the results, and it gives you a file name, which is ephemeris for star name, telescope, observatory name, from date to date. And if you click on that, it will download that to your downloads. And if I click on it to open it up in Excel, you can see here is the result. So what it's done is it now this these are my initial ideas for what I wanted to put into the ephemeris. I can add more things, of course, but it's taken me a day or so to get this to develop this and to put it in place, and now it's very easy to extend the information. So what I've done is it prints out or it puts into the ephemeris sheet the name of the star, the name of observatory, and the date range, and it puts for every date. So I chose every 7 days, so you can see that every week we've got a prediction or an ephemeris line, and it gives me for this location and this date, it gives me the sunset time, the sunrise time, the altitude at sunset, the altitude at midnight, the altitude at the following sunrise, the age of the moon in days, and the phase of the moon in percent. And I'm thinking of adding a few more things, which will be quite trivial to do at this stage now that I've got the structure in place. So, and you can see, of course, that it's putting negative, or when things are below the horizon, it's putting them in red with negative, and so it's very easy to see in this case here, when is a good time to observe this star. And it looks to me like it's, you can see it gets up to 82 degrees at midnight here, so this is a good period to be looking at. And the beauty of this is you can then get an idea of the date range that you want this star to be observed from this kind of location, and then you can drill in with the observing plans and the predictions in greater detail with the other features that are already in the website. Okay, so this is the first of a new set of tools. It's an ephemeris generator, and I'm willing, of course, to add some more information to make this even more useful than it currently is now. So that's introducing that. So okay, thanks very much for listening. Speak to you later.